Hey all, thank you for being here. Today I'm going to show you a very easy Krita tutorial. Let's open a new document. You can choose the height and width according to your choice. I have set the resolution to 300 pixels. Let's start with painting the pot and let's select our color palette. For the plant pot, I am looking for a very muddy pink shade. Let's select that. This is a free hand painting tutorial, and for that I'm using my XP Pen Creative display tablet. So after selecting the color I want to paint the pot in, I will select the multi brush tool. I will select the type 2 snowflakes and the brush strokes to number 1. After adjusting settings, I will then paint the pot. First of all, the lower side, see how it creates a symmetrical sides. This is why I chose the multiple brush tool. It helps in creating a symmetry. I will paint the upper part of the pot in a new layer. So after creating a new layer, I will select that and paint the upper part of the pot. The reason I am painting on different layers is that I will be able to edit different parts of the pot and the plants very easily by going on the different layers. After creating my basic outline, now I will select the brush tool, and in the brush tool I have selected the crayon brush to paint my pot because that's the texture I want. Now I will slowly start shading the pots in the base tone, in that muddy pink tone that I selected. After we are done with shading the upper part, now we are going to select the layer where we have drawn the lower part of the pot, and we will start shading that as well. This is my most favorite part. After coloring the pot, now I am going to shade the pot to give it some depth. In order to shade the pot, I am going to select the layer I have to shade on, and I will right click on the layer and create a clipping group. When we create a clipping group, you will see another layer appear below the main layer with an alpha lock. This will help us shade on the layer without the shading appear on the layer below. It's a very great tool for shading and for giving it a neat look. See how I'm shading it, and the shading does not go on the layer below it. I am selecting an airbrush tool and I am darkening the tone a little bit. Airbrush tool is very great for shading. As you can see, it's very subtle. So I am using the airbrush tool. You can adjust the size according to your needs. Because it's a simple tutorial, I am using the simplest of the tools and the brushes and the techniques to achieve a very nice look of the pot. Now I have to shade the lower part of the pot, so I'm going to create a clipping group again, and this will again create a new layer below the main layer with the alpha lock. Now I will shade on this layer like I did the shading before. I'm using the same airbrush tool to shade on the lower part of the pot. I have reduced the size a bit to give more depth. After drawing and painting the pot, I realized that I have drawn it on the full canvas. So I am now increasing the size of my canvas to draw the leaves on. To paint the leaves, I am going to create a new layer right above the background layer, and I am going to name it leaves. You can also name the other layers as you wish. I just remember to name this layer leaves. Just adjusting the size of the brush to see how my stem looks good. You can experiment on your own and see what works best for you. After you are satisfied with the size you want, you can start with painting the stem first and then the outline of the leaves. We can paint in them later on. Just don't worry about how they look. You can always adjust the look of the leaves later on. It's a freehand painting, so it doesn't matter. After creating the outline, start painting in the leaves. Okay, now I am going to paint a last stem with the leaves, and then I am pretty much done with the leaves, I think. You can add more leaves or you can have less leaves according to your choice. After I am done painting the leaves, I am going to adjust them a little bit. I also want to move the whole painting a little bit below the canvas, so I'm going to select all the layers by selecting the first layer and then pressing shift and then selecting the last layer. And then I'm going to select the move tool to move the pot a little bit below on the canvas. I also want to shade on the leaves, so I will again create a clipping group that will create a new layer below the main layer with an alpha lock. So now I will shade the leaves first. I am opting for a bit lighter tone to shade on the leaves first. I am increasing the size of the brush and I am selecting the brush tool again, and there you go. Now I am going for a little darker shade to shade on the top of the leaves. It will give a more natural look and a more depth to a painting. Again going for a little lighter shade to draw on the stem. I'm reducing the size to add a bit more details on the leaves. More the details, more the better it is. But let's just keep it simple because it's a simple tutorial and sometimes the things look better when they are simple. There you go, your painting is complete. You can use the pot for so many things. You can use it to create your own pattern, you can use it to create your own stickers, you can use it for anything. If you remove the background, you can save it as a png file and use it anywhere, or the options are limitless. Here, let me show you how you can use it to create a sticker. We can add a text box below by clicking on the text icon on the left side of the window, and you can write whatever you want. I did not know that the text box or the windows that are opening are not being recorded. I'm really sorry for that. I will record another tutorial with detailed settings for the text box. But this is how you can create your own stickers and stuff, and use this drawing in any way you want. I really hope this tutorial helped you all a bit. I have been creating my motifs and my patterns myself. All the patterns that you see on the fabric on my sewing tutorials are handmade and by me, and I want to share the process of making patterns with you all. I will keep on sharing some tidbits on how to create some seamless patterns and freehand drawings so you can create some patterns by yourself. But if you want to buy the patterns and the motifs I have created, you can go to my merch shop, which is linked below in my description. Thank you so much for watching the video. Till next time, bye.